There's going to be a lot of marketing agencies that are really annoyed at me for sharing what I'm about to share with you, but I think it's important that local businesses have a way to know if they're doing SEO right. And if you're a local service-based business, then realistically, all you need is local SEO. You're not going to be needing like these hardcore SEO campaigns that are thousands and thousands of dollars, because you're not really targeting that much of an audience. You're just targeting your local area. So what I've done is I've actually put together a checklist, which we're going to release in one of the next videos that come out on the YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, and then you're going to be able to get this checklist that I'm going to run through briefly today. And you're going to just be able to tick things off. And then at the end of it, you're going to be so far ahead of your competitors, it's not going to be funny. So what I wanted to do in this video is give you just a breakdown of what's involved, just to demystify the process of local SEO. If you've got some level of technical knowledge, and as in like you can use a computer, you can go to a link, you can fill out a form online, then you're going to be fine. You don't need coding. You don't need any special background in any of this. What's crazy is it almost doesn't matter what industry you're in, unless you're in like a tech industry like website design or digital marketing, that 95 to 99% of businesses just aren't doing any of this. So if you do this and you go through the whole checklist and you tick it off, and then you stay with the maintenance work that's in the checklist, there's really no reason why you're not going to be smashing your competition and starting to chip away at their market share from their online conversions. So let's jump into this and break this down into the 5 different sections. So the first section is the foundation and the tracking. Your foundation and tracking is essentially just a really basic website to start with. A lot of SEO agencies will set up the whole website from scratch and have all the pages, map it all out to begin with. And if you're going to an SEO agency that's building your website for you, that's fantastic. But if you're doing this yourself, you're going to get a lot more quick wins if you just get a basic website up, just something that you can link everything to, you can get tracking going, you can start to get some history with Google on, instead of wasting months trying to get the perfect website. Because if you follow the checklist in the 3rd step, you're actually going to start to add more and optimize your website in that position. Set up a basic website, and then you're going to need a couple of different softwares that are all free. So you're going to need to connect in your Google Search Console, your Bing Webmaster Tools, your Google Analytics. And then once those are connected, and again, they're all free, you just need an account on them, you're going to have all the data you need. And you can start to plan your keywords. Keyword planning is, again, one of these things that SEO agencies like spit around like it's some mystic ability that they have. All you need to do to figure out your keywords for your website is think like your customer. For example, as a website designer in Albury, we're targeting, the Albury region for website design. Then as someone who's looking for website design in this area, what would I be searching? And it normally comes down to location service or service location. So it's Albury website design or website design Albury. I will admit you can go much, much deeper with this, but for the level you're at the moment, you're not going to need it. Like this is, you just think of each service and add the location to the end. So house painter Albury, Liverpool lawyer, Brisbane accountants, New York plumbers. They're all your main keywords, and that's going to be your main volume. So if you can nail those, then you're going to be really well off. So once you've got that, that's the first phase done. And then you can move on to the second phase, and that's your Google business profile. And this is literally just claiming that pin on Google for your service. Now, if you don't have a physical location, you can ping it to your house. What's going to happen is once you set that up, Google is going to send you literally a letter in the mail to verify. Sometimes they do it a little bit different, but normally it's a letter in the mail with a code that's going to verify that you're actually in that location. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want people knowing my house location. That's fine. You still need to verify it to a specific location, but then you can set up a service area and not actually show your business pin. I would, however, recommend having a pin on the map because that's always better than just a service location. The other secret sauce to Google Business Profile is literally just following the prompts. Fill in every single input that's on the form as you're setting up. Make sure you just put in every bit of information they ask for. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it just needs to be filled out. And you need to really think about consistency at this point too, because the information you put in here, you're going to want to save. So you can just create like a Word document and save your open times, your social links, your business numbers, your address, because those things you need to keep consistent across all of the other times that you use that information. So if you have different open hours on this website and this website, Google doesn't like that. The search engines don't like it. It's called your NAP. And if it's not consistent, it really hinders your local SEO. So once you've set all that up, you want to link in social media. So set up a Facebook, set up an Instagram, set up a TikTok if you want to. You don't have to post to it, but you want to have those so you can link them to your Google Business Profile. Then the other like sort of insider tip, which a lot of people forget to do, and a lot of people might know they need to, but they just get lazy. And that is once a week, set a day, set an hour aside maximum. Like you can get through this very quick if you've got the information, but you want to actually post onto your Google Business Profile as well. So, and like I said, just once a week, maybe say every Monday, you sit down, first thing you do is grab an image, grab some text and put it up as a post. The best way to do this, for example, if you're a painter, grab a before and after photo of a recent house you've painted, and then in the description, actually have the location that you're targeting. So you're in Albury again, you're a house painter, you'll say, check out the latest house painting project that we've completed in Albury. Thanks a lot to X, Y, and Z for letting us into their home to do this. If you'd like help with something like this for your own house, then please get in touch. So you're putting the name of the location that you're targeting in the posts and also the service that you completed. House painting, commercial painting, we've just come on board with X, Y, and Z company to do their accounting. If you can't be talking about your clients, then you could say, we're just coming into the tax period for Albury. Let us know if you need help. As long as you've got the service and the location in the description of the post that you're doing, it doesn't need to be big and long. You can just keep it simple and go with that. But again, by posting, by having this content regularly going out, then Google loves that and they're going to boost your ranking because of it. Okay, so that's phase 2. Phase 3 is the optimization. This is where you're actually going to go back to your website and you're going to start to do some of the more in-depth things for your business SEO. And this is all kind of on-site stuff, but start to build out your pages. And I won't go too deep into this because it does get a little bit more complicated. So you'll have to watch one of the in-depth videos that's coming out, but have location pages and service pages. So if we'll go back to the painting business, if you're in Albury and you do interior, exterior painting, you do commercial painting, industrial, what you'll do is you'll create an individual page for each one of those. So you'll have a page called Albury Commercial Painters, or you'll have exterior house painting Albury. There's individual pages on your website because Google's going to rank that higher than just a general service page. Another quick tip in here is make sure that you start to link in the content of your website and your pages, you link to other pages on your website. So if you're in the Albury commercial painting, you might have a section that talks about other services you do, and you'll say we also do interior and exterior house painting in Albury. Then you'll link that through those words through to those specific pages. And this just kind of creates a web of information that reinforces what each page is about for Google, which helps you rank higher. Now, the fourth phase is your citations. So citations are literally just getting your business listed in online business directories. All of the ones that you're going to use are going to be zero cost. So you don't want to pay for any of these. You just want to go on, you can literally go into ChatGPT and say, hey, what is 20 relevant business directories for my location and industry, and put in your location and industry. And it's going to give you a list, and then you just go into those, create an account, put your business up. And this is where that consistency comes in. So that Word doc that you created when you're creating Google My Business page, you're going to use that same information on all of these local business directories for your citations. So that's that consistency that's really important. The question always is how many? So the answer to that is as many as possible. I wouldn't do any less than 25 citations, and you want to get these up relatively quickly after your website's up. There are some services that help you do this in bulk, so you don't have to do it, but you'll have to pay a little bit for that. I find that is quite worthwhile because you can do so many at once, and it's going to save you a lot of time if you're time poor and you've got a bit of free cash. It's not going to be over a couple of $100 to do that. So 25 is great. If you can do 100, if you can do 150, if you can find that many, then do that. Now, the fifth phase is your reviews. With reviews, you do need a system, so you need to be able to quickly send out a request for a review to customers that you've serviced that invites them to actually do it. It's always like a hassle for people unless you do an amazing job and they love it. But even then, you're not going to get everyone to do it. But if you make it as easy as possible, so in Google Business Profile, you can actually get a link, which is a really short link that you can just flick through, text it through to your customer. Hey, if you could just fill out this, when you get a chance today, that would be great. And for local businesses, unless you're in a really competitive area where people are doing this a lot, if you get like 25-star reviews within the first 6 months of your Google Business Profile, that's going to actually put you ahead of maybe all but like one or two of the really tech-savvy people in your industry. If you're in a really big area or you're in a really niche industry like website design and digital marketing, that's not going to be enough. But what you're wanting to do is have more and higher quality reviews than your competitors. There is kind of a balance where even if someone's got better reviews than you, but you have way more, so say they've got 25-star reviews, but you've got 250 4.8-star reviews, people are going to trust you more than the other one, even though they have a higher ranking. So the name of the game with reviews is quantity and over a period of time. You don't want to be paying for reviews. That's a massive no-no. You want to get legitimate reviews and you want to get them in a natural way. So every time you do a job, you get them to review. You don't want to get 200 in the first day and then none for 2 years. That's going to look really dodgy to Google and they're not going to like it. So hopefully this has been helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on your notifications because I'm going to be releasing the in-depth detailed videos on each of these sections and actually walk you through how to do this in the upcoming videos. If you've got notifications on, you'll be notified when they come out. In the next video, we're going to give you the checklist so you can download it and have a copy of your own and you can just walk your way through it. We'll see you in the next one and good luck with your local SEO.